What's up guys, it's me Jeremy. You know, most players pick out champions to play either based on the ranked meta or just the champions that they really enjoy playing, but that meta is very often influenced by the professional players. However, sometimes some niche picks slip through the cracks unnoticed before they can even become super powerful. And so as a result, I wanted to take a look at some really awesome, super powerful off-meta champions that pro players use too. Now, one tool that we've been testing out to check the stats on these pro picks is a website that is also our new sponsor, LOL Matrix. They give all sorts of in-depth statistics for League esports, including a custom-made rating system that gives you a measure of performance over the recent games for players and teams. The overall team ratings are based on their win-loss ratio as well as how big or small each win or loss occurred, also factoring in the opponent's rating into account, and the overall player ratings measure their performance based on a complex model of opponent strength, KDA performances, teamfight performances, laning, CS score, and a bunch of other statistics too. Now, these ratings don't necessarily reflect actual skill, but they're a great indicator on recent performance, perfect for fantasy drafting or to further your understanding. They've also got a nice replay search feature, which helped me put together the footage for this video a lot easier for sure, as well as a bunch of other awesome features too. And we're doing a giveaway with them to celebrate our new sponsor, and we'll be giving away 2 RapidX gaming chairs, a headset, mouse, keyboard, and some RP, and it's going to be super easy to enter. All you got to do is just check the link in the description below. Now, the first champion on our list for discussion today is Auriel Sol, and he's changed massively from being a must-pick champion back in the day to someone with only a 1.1% play ratio in the mid lane. Despite his lack of popularity in the ranked queue at the moment, we recently saw an epic display of Auriel Sol's potential in the hands of Maple, the mid laner for Flash Wolves. Maple used him at IEM Oakland against Longzhu, and he proceeded to just absolutely dominate with a 6-0-11 score by the end of the game. The only player in the NALCS to really jump on the Auriel Sol hype train was Hui, although his popularity did surge during the international events of MSI and Worlds. The Assassin reworks probably did a lot to maybe discourage people picking up Auriel Sol in general, but the power that Maple demonstrated with him should definitely highlight Auriel Sol as a potential pick for mid laners that aren't matched up against Assassins. He packs everything you need to carry in a ranked game, easy farming, he's got some great wave clear for generating that nice gold advantage without even having to get kills, but of course he's also got tons of kill pressure and the ability to quickly roam and help snowball the other lanes as well. Auriel Sol's play pattern can take a little bit of getting used to because his mechanics are a little bit unique, but landing a huge Q stun on the enemy definitely puts you in a position that is quite difficult to lose from. So if you're a mid laner, we would definitely recommend taking a look at Auriel Sol. The next champion for today is RekSai in the jungle, who's actually one of the most popular jungles not just through the latest IEM tournament, but through 2016 as a whole. She's been played in pretty much every region in the lead up to the international event, but was most favored by NA teams who played her a total of 178 times in the NALCS. Now, despite her popularity with the pro players, it hasn't actually really brought her into the standard ranked meta, with only a 1.81% play ratio overall in solo queue. We can see on LOL Matrix that the most recent tournament usage of RekSai was by Move, who was playing jungle for the tournament winners Unicorns of Love. He picked up RekSai for 3 games in the best of 5 in the finals, and he played her super consistently, showcasing RekSai's strengths as a tanky frontline and initiator for the team. It's pretty easy to ignore RekSai in favor of more carry junglers that perhaps specialize in picking up kills, but the more controlled style of play offered by RekSai is super powerful, especially with coordinated teams. Now, that might make RekSai a worse consideration for the solo queue jungle players out there, but it means in a situation where you have good communication, such as maybe in flex queue with your pre-mates, you can really exploit the power of RekSai to work picks and force objectives. Her kit is well suited whether you want to focus on farming up or ganking early, so she offers a lot of flexibility that you can't get out of a lot of other junglers, who have to be way more focused on one specific approach to a game. Now, our support pick for today is going to be Tahm Kench, who currently has a play rate of just only 2.37% overall, which definitely classifies him as well as an off-meta champion. His most recent showing was in the finals of IEM Oakland in the hands of Sword Art of Flash Wolves against the Unicorns of Love, and our LOL Matrix statistics show us that this game was actually a super grindy game with a relatively low number of kills overall for each team, and the game length going super long at a total of 48 minutes. Now, one of the reasons behind this, the fact that there were so little kills, was that Tahm Kench was constantly saving his teammates from death. In fact, Sword Art on Tahm Kench was so difficult to deal with from the Unicorns of Love that they made sure that Tahm Kench was banned out in every single game after the first match in that best of 5, preventing Sword Art from ever picking it up again. Now, one way to carry as a support is to be able to just flat out deny the enemy team the chance to ever get kills, and Tahm Kench is just a god at that, and it's what sets Sword Art up to carry the first game for his team. Those same strengths of the pick are also true for ranked as well. You know, Tahm Kench is the great babysitter for fed carries on your team in solo queue, and keeping them alive with your Devour or maybe getting them back into a fight with Abyssal Voyage is an awesome way to make some plays. It's best used partnered up with maybe an AD carry friend, but you can definitely run Tahm Kench solo queue and just focus on helping out whichever player on your team is having the most impact. It's not just IEM Oakland where Tahm Kench has shown his power though. SKT Wolf showed off his power in the LCK this year quite a bit, as did AHQ Ziv in the LMS. Tahm Kench is an awesome support champion with a ton of potential, and he's great for any of you guys out there playing in solo queue. Now, Varus AD carries up next, showcased by Double Red of the Flash Wolves at IEM Oakland. He brought out the Varus pick in Game 1 against Longzhu at IEM Oakland, and Flash Wolves won the game without him really doing all that much actually, but it's one of the cases where the KDA is a little bit misleading, since instead of using a true AD carry, Flash Wolves decided to go with Varus as sort of a niche counter pick to Longzhu's bot lane. And his performance on Varus was really solid overall, and he had great synergy with both his support and the rest of his team, doing a really awesome job of sieging and just controlling objective play, which helped secure a spot for them in the finals. Now, Varus only has a 1.97% pick ratio right now, making him a truly off-meta choice for AD carry, but he does bring a ton of pick potential to a team. You know, the main way of making Varus work is using him in a team composition with some other really powerful carries or burst people, where you're kind of focused on maybe poking down enemies or locking them down for your team to be able to clean up after you. He has just a ton of range and a ton of damage at that range that he can put out from a safe distance, and a well-timed ultimate can catch an entire team off guard, allowing you to create some picks and make some plays that most AD carry champions could only dream of. Now, one mid laner that has also seen plenty of play this year, particularly in the hands of TSM Bjergsen, is Zilean mid. Now, IEM Oakland was another strong display of the power of Zilean, with Bjergsen using it to crush the Unicorns of Love in the first game of their best of 3. Using Zilean's wave clear, hard CC, and raw burst damage, he carried the game super hard, and he just really showed off how good Zilean mid really can be. Despite all that though, Zilean is seriously underpicked in ranked still, with a play rate of only 0.94%. Maybe it's just the fact because he's kind of been seen as like boring to play, I guess, but he's actually such a powerful pick. And in fact, Bjergsen was so hard to deal with that the Unicorns of Love proceeded to ban Zilean in the remaining 2 games, which was a pretty big blow to TSM. One of the advantages of playing Zilean is that he's quite a flexible choice for mid. You know, you can play him in poke comps, use him to generate picks or focus on team fighting, maybe keeping your AD carry alive with your peel and your ultimate and your utility. You know, he's a really diverse champion with a kind of simple kit actually, so it's definitely someone worth trying out if you're a mid laner who maybe enjoys playing unorthodox champions. Turns out that mid lane's actually going to be the best place to find some off-meta champions played by pros right now, since the next one we're taking a look at is going to be Kassadin. Now, Kassadin's popularity has actually varied a ton over the years, and at the moment he's just under a play ratio of 2%, so once again he's pretty underplayed in solo queue just like the rest of the champions on this list. Now, the Kassadin pick was most notably used by Exila from the Unicorns of Love, and he carried pretty convincingly against TSM with 8 kills and the best KDA in the game. And this performance on Kassadin pretty much secured Unicorns of Love their spot in the finals, and it just goes to show how hard it can really be to deal with a big Kassadin once he starts picking up those items, snowballing ahead, and doing all sorts of stuff. Now, Kassadin's one of those champions that's a lot harder to use successfully against coordinated teams, so, you know, a strong performance like this really just goes to show how strong he is of a champion right now. So he's definitely someone I would recommend picking up for solo queue. You'll have a way easier time thanks to the general lack of communication on the enemy team, making him an awesome mid laner for hard carrying your games. Either way, that's just about going to wrap up our video today on the god tier off-meta champions that pros also use that they've been showing off at IEM Oakland. You know, all these champions can carry super hard, so they're definitely well worth looking at if you want something interesting to play in ranked. And a big thanks to LOL Matrix for sponsoring the video and providing such an awesome source of information for the video. Definitely recommend checking them out. There'll be a link in the description as well, and check out the giveaway too. Either way though, looks like that's going to be it for me. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe if you want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.